Yes, welcome to the Cow. And Scotty, I was looking rough, innit? Scotty, I was looking terrible. Scotty, what's happened?
I was a bit unfair.
The hard week, mate.
Jason second balls off.
Unfair putting me beside him.
You look terrible.
I know. Who wouldn't he? Anyway, he's such a handsome. What a nice guy, you know.
Aye.
Isn't he?
Be good if he spoke a wee bit more about how nice guy I had.
He's an absolute gentleman, isn't he?
Yes, I love him.
Did they play the weekend? I never even checked that.
Sub not used.
Was it? Aye. Can't believe a guy with that talent, you know, on the bench in the championship.
I know.
Isn't it?
They're a good team though.
Aye. Oh, I know. And that, you can't argue with the point with Dick Campbell.
Because you probably have to play ahead of Michael McKenna, isn't he? He's the best player, so.
McKenna's good, mate, isn't he?
Brilliant.
Must say, you look very smart Sunday.
Aye, you had to wear a shirt and tie.
You look very smart, mate. So you maybe get the glasses on?
I thought it was grey, mate. I'm a wee bit colourblind. I thought it was
black.
grey.
Where did you get suit from? Moss Bros?
No, I actually got the blazer for Slaters the last time we were
There
in.
you go, Slaters.
So
They look after you.
Did you get a discount?
Slater.
Good.
They're very good. So's the other gaff the other day.
Did I talk about anything else here on the suit sponsor?
Right.
What?
No, that gaff the other day. Monday. Was it Monday? And
the Chinese.
By the way, you put yourself in a bit of soapy bubble.
Huh?
Try to say that they don't work hard.
What? That woman, she doesn't work hard. That's not good.
On your feet for 12 hours in a restaurant serving people. That's hard. That's a hard shift. Then Big Kev let it out, he used to wash plates and all that.
Kev was a dishwasher, that's right. Done it with his tongue to it. He was like, you're meant to do that.
I never get paid for it.
Just
He's done some jobs, hasn't he?
Who,
Big Kev? He's unbelievable.
He's some man, isn't he?
Aye.
By the way, any of you get allergies? I'm fucking struggling just now. Did you get them now?
No,
there's no joke. I'm just fucking really struggling.
I think that was
a hay fever.
Oh, hay fever, the worst, mate. It's ruining my life. Then
Because the pollen keeps sticking in the tash.
take the tash away.
No, the tash is not going anywhere.
Once that goes, you'll feel so much better, mate. You're just sniffing up pollen 24 hours a day.
Just sniffing up pubes 24 hours a day, mate. Would you ever get rid of that?
Would I ever get rid of it? I don't know. No, probably no. No, I don't get a bit of stick. Aye, rugged, that's it. Well, sometimes you can get a wee tidy up and it looks neat and tidy. Sometimes you go up and you just can't be bothered. Know what I mean? So
Does Cara like it?
That's funny that I've never even asked her. Fucking just need it, wouldn't she? That fucking cheddar.
Cheddar.
She's away again this week.
Tell us what happened to you on the beach in Magdalen.
No.
Right inbox
I know. I thought you even told my boys.
Have you know that?
No, they'd be scared.
Aye.
Have they never done that to you when you're wrestling there? Imagine you're wrestling with one of them.
Fucking.
Incredible. Grosvenor Sport, double odds for new sign-ups, first £10 bet. Sign up at gsport.com /
What?
/
You always do that, man.
Mate, you're like sexy man like that.
No. I'm not concentrating. I'm away in a different world now. I'm away back in Magaluf.
Thinking about the bonds getting tickled.
You tell him now, honestly.
I know.
Can't tell him anything.
Oi, more you tell me the more I tell you, Paul. So I'm a grass, mate. My grass. Next time I see Carol, she'll be getting told that story. Open Goal Broomhill shirts, Fad. You've got 10. You've got in it. You wear them with your jeans and your brogues. Miss Saturday nights, which is incredible.
I put Slaney's one on, but it's a wee bit too big for me.
Stinking of shite as well, innit? Discount on Open Goal Broomhill shirts. Net per season's been split between Sam H Mental Health Charity and the Beats and Cancer Charity.
Brilliant charities,
aye.
Two of the best, definitely. Let's raise as much as we can. Two great charities. Link to buy the strips is in the description box below.
Aye. No, just when you see that, they are good charities. The Beats and Cancer and all. It's one of them. It would have been Andy Goram's birthday the day.
Oh, there you go.
Would it be 50? It'd been 59 the day. The goalie. By God, I miss him.
Time it, huh?
Aye. I used to kind of we have some of the Rangers dudes or whatever used to go to them and bump into. I miss him big time.
He's an Andy Gorham story. Somebody told me he used to get a red wine and a white wine and if you and you just pour that in and swirl it around and drink it.
No, he was just a red
just
wine.
Red?
Aye, you couldn't relax on about him for 1 minute. He was always up to some. It's just his favourite was just if you were having a glass of red wine with him, he would pour it right up to the brim. You're talking to so just the usual. You got fucking it's so early and all that. But once you get a feel like to nip you and all that as well. And
when he was steaming.
Aye, but he was hilarious and just a great lad. What a keeper he was. It's just when you see that the charities as well, you know, beats him, you know, and aye.
You ever score against him, Paddy?
That's a good
used to score against him in training.
For where? At Motherwell?
I cleaned his bits.
Did you, mate? Huh?
But it was...
What, the Timberlands?
No. Polished up your shoes. I thought we'd have been straight away.
He's Bryn Brogues. He's Bryn Brogues.
Is that what he'd wear? I had the Bryn Brogues.
Aye. He went, well, his gear was
Staunch,
murder.
It was, so it was brilliant.
I didn't know that.
What, in training he was brilliant?
Aye, it was. I used to try and chip him and all that.
He'd hate that, eh?
Do you know what? It was actually all right when I done it. He just used to laugh and call me a cheeky bastard. I got on really well with him, and then I got away and playing. Obviously, he finishes his career. Anytime I seen him, he's like, "All right, how you doing, big cuddle? How is everybody? Aye, gentleman."
Was he fighting goals even at that age?
Aye.
Was he?
But we used to. When I first went in, I was only 16, and it was pre-season, and that was when the goalie's like, I'm not doing pre-season. So I did it at the L now where all the pitches are. So you've got your football pitch, your rugby pitch, and your football pitch. So wee Billy Davis had us running all in it. Mm-hmm. Goalie's just in the middle with like all the pitches just lying on the grass. Just no doing it. And Stevie Woods is away up at the front here running. He's like, look at this state of him, man. What's up with you?
Just and Billy Davis just let him ahead.
It was still brilliant.
God, there's a thing about chipping goalkeepers, which they used to absolutely hate it.
I
remember up at Ross, Nicky Walker. I was at Rangers with Nicky. It was at Hearts with Nicky. No, Nicky was a good. By the way, he was fit as a fiddle. So, but we were doing that in training. We were dinking him all the time, and a lot of the boys didn't know who Nicky was in terms of the shortbread. You know, he's in.
He doesn't.
He's got. Do you know that?
No.
See Walker
Scott got a brilliant story about him.
Can you tell it now?
Aye, I'll tell you.
Even the one about Walker shortbread. He came in at Christmas time into the Hearts dressing room with these big boxes. I love shortbread, and I was like, it's like, what'd you get? I think it's just fell off the back of a lorry. I was like, by the way, I'll sort you out, by the way, just make sure you keep them coming. I didn't know he owned fucking.
Well, you were getting them done.
But what happened was, up at Ross County, she were dinking them like that, and he says, one more person dinks me, I'm effing off, I'm out of here, by the way, and I'm not coming back. Right, I know. Right, and I knew that he wasn't lying, and it was wee Geordie Shaw. He just went up and just dinked him an absolute beauty. And he just took the gloves off. Big tatty, Nearly Cooper was the manager at that time. And he was walking away and he just threw it and he was like, I'll not be back. Do you want to know, he did come back. When do you think? 2 months later. But he could do that.
What, he just fucked off for 2 months?
Aye, well, he owns the shortbread. It's his dad. He's took it out. Aye. So he just said,
no, get that there, cake. Does it not cake now?
But no worries, do you know what I mean?
Don't worry, no worries. Don't fly with anybody. Flew right under that fucking table.
It didn't matter to him about the money. He just played for the love of football. We just wanted to play football.
That's like him on here, isn't it?
Aye,
he's not collected the penny since he's been on here, mate. Caked one.
So he disappeared for a couple of months. There you go.
There you go.
Aye.
Well, Scott Gemmell shared a room with him. I think it was Scotland under 21s. And you got in the hotel room, you've got your tea and your biscuits. So it was a shortbread, Walker shortbread. So Scott Gemmell, he loves it. He's got, are you eating that shortbread, big man? He's like, no, fire in. I said, are you running in to eat the shortbread? For a week, he's like, are you eating that shortbread? He's like, no got a clue who he is.
Oh, who did it? It was his shortbread?
It was Walker's shortbread.
Just owned it.
I thought you were going to say you hit it with that shortbread shite.
No, he was like, because it was a fight, he'd get 2 biscuits, wouldn't you, if you shorted him? He was like, you want that shortbread? He's like, no, brilliant.
Just quickly, what's roommate you've ever had?
Oh, what? That would have been a
Peter
few.
Grant.
Hey.
Nah, I loved it, Peter Grant. I had Peter Grant singing songs and all that in Russia. Under 21s it was. No, it was 18s or 20, 21 sing. He was a good roommate.
He's a good lad.
Peter's funny boy. Peter, people wouldn't realise that. They don't know. They just see the kind of, I don't know, is it serious side of Peter? Yeah. Peter's hilarious when you're having a wee drink meal.
I've not really, I can't think how bad.
Who was your Scotland roommate?
Dan Fletcher.
Oh, that's a sensible room, innit? He's bed at fucking 8:30, isn't he?
No, he liked his box sets and
You'd never eat like sweeties or that,
sweeties all day, every day.
Would he?
Obsessed with jelly sweeties, aye.
No way.
Aye. Always eating sweeties.
Fuck, I would never think.
Geordie Wright at Hearts. George Wright. He was actually doing that Babe Station and all that. He was on that.
What, he was on Babe Station?
He was ahead of his time, by the way. Football was just a hobby to him. He was moving into show business and all that, George Wright. He was another guy who was too good looking. He was on Babe Station and all that.
What, he was actually on Babe Station?
He's introducing it. He was doing all that. George Wright. There's a blast for the
There you go, George Wright.
Showbiz and all that.
Babe Station. Is that what you count as showbiz to me, by the way? Incredible. By the way, the Celtic fans wrote in that the battered you in Bovril.
Oh, aye.
Saying that you slapped.
Slapped?
Says you never punch you with a
I tell you, there was a big guy came out of the Chinese and he came out and I thought he was coming out to help us to give us a few honours. But when the immortal words came out his mouth, Ferguson, you wee bastard. Then I knew that was it, by the way. Whacked up against the shutters again, man. That was nuts. No.
His dad used to drink them over.
I know it.
My brother was kicking about in at that time.
Brilliant. Right, lads, eventful week. Tynecastle, Robbie Nielsen's away. We've not had your rate, but had yours Monday. Faddy, what's your reaction to this? Surprised?
I'm surprised at the timing. I know it's not been going great and fans have been unhappy for a long time, but I didn't think, I thought he'd have got to the weekend just to see if there was going to be a change. Surprised at the timing, but I got the feeling that it was coming because the way the fans have been.
Did you really, Fanny? Did you get the feeling it was going to come at her? Did you know you'd get to end the season?
Fans have been really unhappy, and I know we've done obviously one of the live shows and have a wee bit of banter, but they've been unhappy. And for the outside, people look at it and say, well, how can you be unhappy? Stayed for the championship, to third place, clearing the way last season, European group stage football. And everybody on the outside looks at it and says, well, what are you moaning about? But they're the ones that go every week and pay their money, and they've been unhappy with the style. They've been unhappy, obviously, with results of late. And I think when that happens, when you're finishing third and securing European football and there's still people moaning about it, as soon as there's a bad turn, you know what's coming. So how do you change? How do you turn it round? So
what is the gist of it with Hearts fans that they're not happy with? Because I had a couple.
We were trying
to after Monday.
Can you put my finger on it? I still can't put my finger on it.
You can put your finger on
it. Anyway, I don't get it as well. You know what they're looking for. For some reason, there's just a dislike. And I've bumped into a few Hearts supporters as well over the course of the last 5-6 months. And that's all you get. They don't like him. They're not having him. I'm like, you kidding? So I don't really get it. But once I've made their mind up, it seems to have just kind of
they were the same the first time
and went through the rest of it. Yeah. You know, maybe it starts off as a small section for whatever reason, and then we still don't know. And then it just starts to kind of grow arms and legs, doesn't it? It's like,
but his first term as manager, they were second, and there was a plane flying our Nielsen out.
That's right, I remember that.
So there's something for the start.
Is it the fact that he maybe left to go to MK Dons that they've got
that was before he left.
I remember that.
They weren't happy with him at the start. So I don't know what it is. I think they lost one of the cup games. I'm sure they lost in the cup to Hibs the year Hibs won it, and that's unbelievably got something to do with some of them. But I don't know. You'd need to ask a lot of Hearts fans why.
There's fans forum
they
coming
feel,
up, so we will ask.
Well, just get all Hearts fans in then, and we'll just say right, what is it? Right, you're next. But
there was a stage of this season they were playing really good football, wasn't it?
Aye, they had a full quota of players as well. And throughout the course of the season, they've lost big players. Now the boys up top, goal scorer. Then you look at Halkett. I think Halkett, I like Halkett.
Boys, Beningame and Halkett, right?
Yeah, Beningame
as well. Beningame, massive.
And the sub-goalie as well. Clark, he's injured as well.
Big players.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't.
See, again, see if you're going to go for, if this is what your aim is for third for the end of the season, would you keep Robbie Nielsen, a guy who's experienced and been and got them third, instead of giving it to, no disrespect to Naisy, who's an under-20s coach and no experience of finishing teams third in the league? Or is it just, I don't understand the decision.
I think
if you're going to bring somebody in who
results have been obviously poor, performances have been really poor. I've not watched them every week, but they've not been playing well. Watched them at Motherwell were excellent. I think last week before the weekend there, performance. Aberdeen, they were shocking. So I think they're looking at it and saying performances aren't great. We're not winning. We don't look like winning. Need to get a change, a freshness. Nazy's in the building. I know you're saying he's an under-20s coach, but he's played at the highest level.
Yeah,
he's been learning as a coach, and it's maybe just to bring something a wee bit different. And that's, you know, when you're on,
just a fresh voice,
on a board, but when you're on a board, you're looking at it saying, right, how's this? How are they going to get out the slump? Are they going to get out it? And the rationale will be, look, you're losing, you're not playing well. That's going to continue. European football, I think Andrew McKinley came out and said it was worth 5 to 6 million for them to finish third. That's a huge amount of money.
So see on that then, do you think that a replacement should have been lined up? Because they've not just thought of that after the result of the weekend, we're going to get rid of Robbie Nielsen. Surely it's been in the thoughts for a couple of weeks.
I don't know.
But you look at what Stuart Kettlewell went and done Motherwell coming up for the 20s.
But I don't know. I don't know if they thought.
Maybe they've looked at that. Maybe they do look at that. You know, like, look how well Stuart's done. It's unbelievable. Naismith, vastly experienced player.
But Kettlewell has managed the first team, isn't he?
Aye, but he's going to be a manager. Yeah. You can tell that's a manager in the making. And they probably thought,
Kettlewell, the situation with Kettlewell was a bit different. Sure, Kettlewell was in because the Ulster game the Saturday, there was a game on the Wednesday, then the Sunday, and initially he was told, come and take the team for Wednesday and we'll let you know after that. So it wasn't, we're going to sack the manager and we're going to put him till the end of the season. It was, you've got the next game. Then he won the next game, played well, then he says, right, well, we can slow down the process slightly and take our time. You've got till Sunday, then they go and beat Hearts. So it's like, maybe the best guys in the building.
Yeah.
With Nazy, in this situation, I think they've looked at it and says, right, there has to be a reaction. Robbie's obviously earned the right to get that reaction. And then after the weekend, they've maybe just thought, look, we can't take a risk in into the Edinburgh Derby. That's a huge game coming up at the weekend because Hibs have been on a bad run. Even just before that, Hibs have been on a bad run. Hearts are on a bad run. The two of them are competing to get third place. Anything can happen when it's a derby game. So,
but his record against Hibs is really good, Nielsen's, nah? Would you have just gave him that game?
Because they beat them, was it a couple of times earlier?
The last two.
Last two games. Thumped Aberdeen as well. Yeah. Was it 5-0? I'm surprised that they've no let him have the derby game. And then, you know, if it didn't go his way, then you could see, right, well,
he was never going to get a chance to, because managers have bad spells, and I know that, look, the Championship, the football isn't great. They should, in everybody's eyes, win every game 5-0. That's not realistic. They lost in the Cup to Bora, which was embarrassing. But this is Robbie's first bad spell.
That's a good point, the Brora, because it's Civ that a lot of them will not forgive him for that result, you know, being knocked out. But the Championship, no, because
get out the Championship. Doesn't matter how you do it.
League, and it's not about playing the sulky football. It's just winning that league, and they've done that, didn't they?
Aye.
Yeah,
they've done it well.
So if they finish third, Naismith comes in as well. Can you see him getting a long term? McKinley said that he could get it long term.
Well, if you come in and they finish third and they do it well, then you could see it.
Did you always see him as being a manager, Faddy? Obviously, you're pally with him, weren't
you? I played with Nazy with Scotland when he was younger, and I was obviously younger. And I think you would need to. There's certain guys that are maybe you look at and say, he wants to be a coach, but I don't think you look at other players when you're playing or running about saying he's definitely a coach. Sometimes you get guys going to coaching and they go, can't believe he's went into coaching. But as you mature, then you see what's for you. But when he came back into Scotland squad when I was coaching, obviously I spoke to him there, and you knew that was the route he wanted to go down, coaching. Obviously took up his role at Hearts probably earlier than he would have liked. Could have still played, but thought he's got an opportunity to go and coach. And then I think he'd nearly got the St Mirren job.
Right.
So I think that's something that he's been wanting to do and building towards, and I think that wants to be a manager.
He's a top player, wasn't he?
Totally different, isn't it? But for coaching,
managing ahead, definitely.
And that's where you'll find your niche. You'll find out where the next 3 or 4 games as he takes it towards the end of the season, whether he's capable, because it's a different feel with it. You know, with a coach and you've got that relationship with the players, which is brilliant. But a manager, you've got to be a wee bit aloof, stand off. Well, I don't know, I would imagine that's the way it was in my day. So he'll find out, you know, whether he's cut out for that or whether he enjoys that more. So, because some guys enjoy managing players, you know, than the coaching side of it. You know, and your job as a manager is to get the best coaches in, but you got to talk about Snodgrass.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So this is what baffles me about football clubs. So is this a Hearts decision? Is this Stephen Naismith saying, I'm taking the job, I want Snoddy as part of the... Who's making this decision?
I don't know, because it was interesting. I saw the quote yesterday that it says, Naismith says it'd be better for Snodgrass to better off to go down and see his family.
Because you've got to get limited game time under me.
Aye. So he's better, you know...
It's a joint decision then. That is an actual mutual.
So if a player and manager, like
I would say,
and I think that's with the respect maybe with Snodgrass to Nielsen and McCulloch, who have left, you know, left the club. So he's probably looking at that. Well, they brought me in. I've maybe has done it from early doors. He's been terrific. So he has Snodgrass, but maybe he's felt since they've went and he's had the conversation with Naismith, who's going to maybe go down a different. He's decided to go, but that was a big call, wasn't it?
I think Naisy says, like, you're no first choice, and Snoddy's thought, well, I'm just going to go because what's it, 7 games left. Away down, spend time with his family. He's probably thought, I don't want to.
Snoddy loves it, I can't see Snoddy just saying, I'll just go. Snoddy loves being involved, playing, training every day.
He doesn't
being a sub ahead.
And he shouldn't.
But he shouldn't be the one that would say, I myself to come in and prove to you that I'm a starter. Nah?
You would think so, but if somebody's coming in and they've got 7 games to pitch for the job and saying I'm not going to use you, that's a battle that Snoddy's maybe no wanting.
See, he's
not going to play me anyway.
Aye. See, the other thing, Faddy, as well. See, this is what we don't know. I certainly don't know, and you'll know. It's like what the kind of effect he has on that dressing room. Snodgrass, he is a big character. Do you know him? Yeah. You know him well. Looking at him, he looks a real character. Maybe he's that. Maybe Stevie's thinking, no, I want to be the main man, but he's making a decision because he's maybe watched, you know, the kind of the mechanics of how a dressing room works, and he's thinking that no, it's better with him maybe away. I've got a better.
I don't think he's got rid
I don't know.
You don't think what? Sorry,
I don't think Nazy says I can't work with you. I think what he said is if you're
the reason I'm saying that, Faddy, the reason I'm saying because for the outside looking in, you start to wonder why would you let a guy go with the quality of Snodgrass, the experience, and then you start to maybe you overthink it a wee bit, and you think, does he want him out because he has a big influence in that dressing room? I don't know. That's all I'm thinking.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm
just throwing one in, you know.
They know each other, played together at Scotland, and I think Nazy would fancy being able to
manage
work with Snoddy, work with him. So I don't think it'd be one of them where sometimes you do get young coaches coming in going, I need to get rid of these older players because they might undermine me. I don't think it's...
Do you ever have that in your career? When you're coming to the end, younger manager came in who was...
I've seen it.
Have you seen it? Would you say who now?
No. I just done what I was... I don't know. I was...
No boys.
You got to fish now and for it. Yeah, that's the gaffer's your gaffer. You take it, you're not always going to like certain kind of scenarios. And I mean, they come to the end of my career as well. At times I had. It was Terry Christie down at Alva as well. Put me on the bench a couple of times. Remember it happened with Andy before I went to Alva. Andy Walker was there. And I remember we were playing against him. I think I was Biakis. I was like to Andy, how are you not playing? And he was like that. But then, for whatever reason, Andy was away quick as. And it is hard as an older player because you want to be playing. You know your time's running out. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's your manager. You just do what
you get some where coaches will come in straight and make their mind up straight away and say, I need to get rid of them because they undermine me, they want my job. Like, for me, I just want to train and play. I didn't want to have somebody else's job.
Well, Snoddy turned up with a suit on the day after Robbie Nielsen was sacked, didn't he? So maybe Nazy thought he got this.
But you just want to, some maybe have an eye on it in terms of in the future. And there is some players like you'd be like, aye, maybe better if they're not here. I'm not saying that's the case, but what I know of Snoddy would be he still wants to play, and it maybe just been a wee bit, been told before you've even trained, maybe, I'm not going to have you playing, you're not going to get a lot of game time from me. But I think it can be dangerous when managers come in, and I'm not saying no in this instance, but in other ones where they go, right, I need to get rid of all the old players, I just want young players because they'll do what I want. But you still need the experience to maybe show the way, deal with the dressing room, make sure the standards are still there, because then everything falls on the manager.
Especially in this game coming up, at the weekend experience, you would think, for the Edinburgh Derby.
Aye, that's
why I thought it was quite strange.
Aye, I think that.
Although I think he was suspended, didn't he, after he's sending off at the weekend?
And it wasn't a sending off. We'll not go there to VAR, eh?
They can't do it, no. VAR can't do it. It's just bad refereeing.
There's been bad, but then again, VAR should be able to,
they should,
come in and that, because it's such a big decision in a game, and then it affects not just that game, it affects the next game. You're saying of Snodgrass, they've been there, Aye.
Who'll come in for Snodgrass? He's played almost every game under Robbie Neilson, hasn't he?
I don't know, because Naisie's got to come in and he's definitely going to try something different with the shape personnel. Definitely. So do you think you'll see a brand new shape with Hearts in? I think you're likely to see one, because something has to change. You can't come in and keep doing the same.
What was the kind of the change with Stuart at Motherwell, Kettlewell? Because it's kind of same players. What was it kind of
change of shape?
Two up top. Was it two up top?
3-5-2.
Yeah. Van Beenen and BK put up there, didn't he? Early doors.
It just kind of changed things, innit? What a difference that made.
But see, the difference is Motherwell were down the bottom fighting to stay up. So if you go for a 4-3-3 where you're trying to, be open and attacking, to 3-5-2 organised, get the ball forward, we'll put teams under pressure. Hearts are about to finish third. So it's you can't. I don't think you can then go, right, we're going to be solid, organised, hard to beat, we're going to get the ball back to the front as quick as we can, we're going to go long balls, go for second balls. I don't think that's, Andrew McKinley says it, how they play as well as performance.
They've not really got the players to do that either, Fad. They've got somebody to go and play with.
Well, at the end of the day, it's down to players.
Yeah.
Well, what's the boys at Lawrence?
Big Humphreys.
Humphreys.
He could go to. He does alright, doesn't he, Humphreys, when he comes in?
You could do it, but it's a different situation. You're going to finish third. You've got to show you're the third best team in the league. Nobody, right, we'll go back to front. And look, I'm not saying that that's not a way to play, but of course, but I think you're not having to go in and totally organise things and be solid, and first thought is don't lose, which is the case when you're down the bottom. Don't lose, gives a platform to try and hurt the other team and try and get a victory. Hearts need to show something. The players need to respond, by the way, because we done it with Aberdeen early in the season. The players got it big time off everybody for their performance levels. The players are obviously should feel responsible for a manager leaving as well. So they need to respond, because we speak well about Hearts every week. Third best team in the league by a mile. They'll finish third, no problem. They're a good team. They've not been winning games. They've not been performing. So the players need to put on a performance as well.
Have you run the Hibs dressing room? Is it a good or a bad thing that Nielsen's left and Naismith came in? Are you taking that as a positive or a negative?
As a player, I wouldn't be thinking too much about it, to be honest with you. Aye, different again for the management, the coaching staff, but as a player, nah. Do you really think about it? You just know it's a derby, you need to be up for it.
It makes it harder to prepare for them, though, don't you? Because you don't know how Naismith's going to line up.
Aye, of course, but you just says it's you go to the personnel bit to change it. I'm not so sure. Because it's got a bit heavy in it, that the Heart stuff in it. Yeah, he's lighting up a wee bit, aye. Come on.
Try to get you right for your depressive Rangers.
That's quite heavy, that. But
get your wee team. Depressed about your wee team and your big team.
Hibs need someone at this game, especially after the result last week against Dundee United.
Aye, and performance that I thought they were really poor. Really poor. They need something. I mean, what they've done all season is they've went on a run, winning 3-4, losing 3-4. They're on their fourth, obviously going into their fifth in a derby game. They've lost the last two, 3-0. One of them being in the cup as well.
Yeah.
So they need a performance. They need to show they can compete. but I'm sure the Hibs fans will take just any kind of win.
Watching that game till Friday at the weekend, if I'm Hearts, I'm going to it because the two centre backs look so inexperienced, mate. I thought Fletch bullied them when he's in.
Aye.
There's two young boys on loan, haven't it? One for Burnley, one for Man United. Am I right in saying that?
Is it?
Yeah, Fish and
Egan Riley.
Yeah.
Aye, but the Dundee United didn't play to it.
No, I know, but I thought if Dundee United did, they could have
But just
got
you're
even
saying
more out
that
of Hibs.
physicality.
Yeah.
That's the boy, I'm saying Lawrence, the boy Humphreys.
That's what
And
I think.
he
Aye, but they-
unsettled him and
Aye, but I think you look at, and it'll probably be different. Hibs were too slow. They had a lot of the ball. They were too slow on it. They couldn't find that cutting edge. They couldn't. There was no speed. They had chances to maybe break, and it was like.
I thought they looked better when they went to up Friday. When they brought the big man on with Naismith and just getting it forward quicker.
Naismith, I felt for him.
Yeah, he looked frustrated, didn't he?
He was coming short. He was into the wide area. And by the way, he looks, I said this when he came back, quicker, stronger, better technically than before he got injured. So fair play to him, but they're not getting
Enough service to him.
on the ball where they want him. In the box, he's pulling it wide. He's coming deep to get a touch. They were too slow.
tippy tappy.
It was a hard watch.
But it was strange, innit? Because they did do that early doors. I think you were on commentary when Naismith has a chance early doors. They just putting the ball in. But after that, they stopped doing it. They stopped putting the ball in the box.
It was weird. It was weird watching it because at that point you're thinking if that goes in, the Hibs are going to obviously get the lift and they're going to go and batter Dundee United, and then Dundee United, Fletch was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Won everything. Their organisation, their shape was good, and it wasn't that it was let's sit back and defend constantly. But when they had to, they were solid. But Hibs were so poor, and
I still know that.
I watched the whole game. I said to him on Monday, I watched the whole game. I can't remember anything about it.
Aye,
It was one of the lunch times. I know.
No, it was a game that sent you. It was a game that sent you to drink toilet. 20 minutes, give me a fucking bottle of wine. How do you see it going?
You look at history there the last few years, I think there will be a reaction for Hearts. Do you know that? We've got a good record as well. And I mean, here I'm going about the change of management, but the players will remember that they've had a going over, in previous games. That might just kind of play in their mind a little bit.
Would that be in your mind? Have you been beat twice?
Well, again, it's like when you've been...
Hibs did create chances in both games.
When you've been beating games, when you've been beaten, you always want revenge. You always want to get back at them. But sometimes when you've been well and truly beat, then sometimes there's a wee bit you're kind of going, just you're hoping that you get a result instead of what I'm saying like that. Can't wait till I get up against them. I'm going to sort this. I'm going to get the victory. But when you've had a couple of drubbings, it just kind of it's in the back of your mind. It's sometimes like when I left Rangers and when you went to play like Celtic or a Rangers and all that, you could have just knew at times in a dressing room there was a kind of wee defeatist attitude. Not only had to take one or two and you're gubbed.
That was me every week of my career. Imagine that, and that feeling every week.
Sometimes you sense that in a dressing room instead of saying, "No, come on, let's go out and we'll go up against them." You just know.
Do you think Hibs have maybe got that a wee bit with Hearts with the record?
I think they've got that with everybody, then.
But Johnson's desperate to sign me.
There could be a wee bit of that, and it does happen.
Yeah.
I think that their forms.
Who's the characters in that Hibs dressing room too that's like, no lads, let's fucking change that mindset in terms of players. Maybe the manager will be saying it, but in the dressing room, who's the one that's going to be like, lads, forget that, the fucking last two results against these. Do you see anybody like that?
Probably Aiden, but he's
not involved.
That's a good shout.
Don't know. I don't know a lot of the guys. But I just think that they could go and win 4 in a row now.
Hibs?
Aye, because that's what they've done. That's what they've done this season. Lost 4 in a row, went and won 4 in a row. Lost games in a row, went on unbeaten runs. They're no consistent. So and then you go back to the Aberdeen game, the Jim Goodwin's last game. Whoever lost that game was going to get sacked.
Yeah.
They won it 6-0. Aberdeen were dreadful, but then they go on a run. So you just don't know what you're going to get for them.
The one boy that had a wee bit about him, you think he would get in him. He's now playing with Watford, right enough.
Big Porteous.
He's maybe the one, but he's gone now. So that's what you look at. Who is the character? Who does stick out?
Even Marshy's the captain. He leads by example, Marshy, but he's quiet, Marshy, isn't he?
I think it's hard to
different role for being a keeper.
It's hard to influence it as much for the. I don't know, because even Johan at the weekend kept coming short, taking touch. You've got a chance to just open your legs. I'm going to try and do a trick, lose it, and you're like, just be direct, just run. As soon as you run, you're going to frighten the player you're playing against. But if you want to come and think, and I don't know if it's because Dundee United look up until that game looked like they'll not win any games. I don't know if they thought this is going to be easy. They're rubbish. We're going to go in the ball. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to get a touch, and I'll maybe go by somebody, or then you get to it and go, right, you have a touch. No, you have a touch. Instead of somebody going, right, come on, let's get a grip. And it's hard. I talk about Nisbet again. Frustrated. One gets hit diagonal. He's chasing it, runs out the park, turns in, starts having a go. Surely you look at him and go, we need to get the ball to him in around the box now. Listen, I know he missed the chance after 2 minutes, so people looking to go, well, we had his chance, but
to be fair, he saves it, didn't he?
Aye, but he should score. He should score.
Big Charlie's back to maybe time ball came up to him. You're not going fucking anywhere. Do not run me down this channel.
You're just describing that body language, turning around and like at the players and all that.
But wasn't it? It was more like.
You didn't even ask you a question on here. Fuck off.
No, but wasn't it? It was more like, what is that? No. Like, I'm that good that you should. No, it was like, come on, Maria. Like what you're saying, where's the character to say change the attitude? Yeah. He's like, that's an easy pass out the park.
Yeah, there's so many.
So wasn't it like,
right, predictions, go on.
I'm going with the Jambos.
I'll take this one off the cup. I just want the predictions now. Jambos.
Aye.
At Easter Road.
Yes, aye.
Sunshine on Leaf.
Aye. John Robertson to score.
I'm going to sit on the fence.
John Robertson. Me Robbo.
Do
you ever go back to a party as this? That'd be brilliant.
Aye.
Any stories?
I mean,
get the boss tickled
get too much respect for the wee man.
Are you going to draw, Faddy?
I'm going to draw, aye.
And you're going the Jambos?
I'm going to Jambos, aye.
Alright, news broke last night. Rangers Sporting Director Ross Wilson has went to Nottingham Forest. Again, I was surprised by the news. There's been a lot of clamour for him.
Not really, when you think everything that's been going on there the last 6 weeks, the banners at the games and that.
Lynn Halliday with the banners up.
Aye. I mean, obviously a lot of been made of the recruitment. I says it myself.
Last two signings have been belters to that. Cantwell and
but whose signings were they? You know, and that's what I think.
I think he can't just get criticised when the signings are bad, can he?
Well, I think when the
that was at
the start of the season. But then I think when you hear Michael Beale speaking, you know, sometimes he gives away a wee bit too much, but they're certainly been his players. He's wanted them. I think he's identified them. I mean, the players that he's brought
So the bad ones, you think Ross Wilson's went to managing you want these? He's like, no,
and it's not just about the recruitment. It's about everything that's gone, mate. It's about the guys that are out of contract as well. I mean, what's his job? Is it to oversee all the football side of it? So you've got the big man Morelos. You know, he's out of contract. We're not getting anything back from him. You know, a season or two ago, could have had 8 to 10 million at least. You've got Kent as well running down their contracts. There's that side of the recruitment. Yilmaz has come in, Matondo sitting on his backside, he's not even on the bench. You know, there's a few others as well. So you look at the whole package as well. So I don't think listen, I hope he goes away and he does well wherever he's going, but
he's went to the perfect place, makes it sign
fucking 40 plus a window, didn't they? That was
his phone will be red hot, mate.
Did they sign 25? Something like 25 to 30 players.
In the summer.
In the summer.
Sign more in January.
Aye. So
I get your point.
He's got a hell of a job.
When the signings are good, the manager gets the credit. And when they're rubbish, it's the head of recruitment of whatever he was.
Aye.
And again, I've no doubt he's been trying to sign Kent and Morelos on new deals.
Aye.
Do you think so?
I just think...
I don't think so.
You don't think he's been trying to get them contract offers?
Kent, maybe. I don't think they've been offered.
They've not offered Morelos in there?
Morelos will be on a fortune. How much more money can you give him?
See, this is
so his performance, is it a good decision not signing him Morelos?
Haven't he's had his time, Morelos. But they should have had kind of.
But again, they were going to the UEFA Cup final and he was playing every game. Would you get rid of him then? With a chance to win the UEFA Cup final?
No,
come on, it's Europa League. UEFA Cup was about 5 years ago.
I'm still
the same difference. But the thing is, we Wilson.
That Total Cup. I'm going for that Total Cup this year.
No, the Cup Winners' Cup stopped as well. Aye.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like they were going for the final last year. Could you have sold them last year?
I should have.
Do you think?
Aye, I really do. When you've got that opportunity, you get money in for him. You know, it's been like. Listen, Morelos has been great, but he's put us through the mill at times as well. So I think Rangers have been good for him. And at times he's not returned the favour. But we're talking about Wilson, he's been alright. Alright's not good enough. Who are you going to compare to? You're going to compare to Celtic, of course. You look at their recruitment, look at the boys that have hit the ground running. So that's it. So when you compare the two, obviously it's going to come in under a bit of criticism, but it's also the other side as well. It's a whole football club, and you look at the contract side of it. You look at even look at what's happened with players that have been injured this season. How they're still to get back the medical side of it and all that. Who looks after it? Who makes the decisions and all they kind of. I think Mark is he did the medical side. Aye. Andy Walker, Charlie Nicholas, the masseuse and all that, doing the rubs and all that. And you would think because. Guys that are going out for 2 weeks, they've been out for like 3 months. What's been happening there? But it's all that side. So he was always going to get criticism and again, it's because you always compare the two. We don't know
what his actual
job is. Exactly.
We don't know what his job is, so you could say
right away it's recruitment. You think right away that is the one.
But you're saying that Bale's definitely brought in Cantwell and Raskin.
Do you know?
Do you think Van Bronckhorst definitely brought in the players that he brought in? Do you think it was maybe just he went and found options? Either they went.
Surely the manager has a final say.
Well, this is what I think. That's where Bale is maybe kind of a strong character. No, in front of the cameras behind, and he's been like, no, I'm like kind of having the final say. This is who I want, and he's already mentioned that he's bringing a striker in anyway in the summer. He's kind of adamant as if he knows who it is. Maybe behind there's discussions saying, no, we would like.
Whereas maybe Van Bronckhorst mere manager says, just you pick the players and I'll coach them.
Aye, I'll coach them. And then there was some players that came.
I don't know.
That never even figured.
Because
I don't like that. I like the manager having the final and known players. That's how I think he's Cantwell. He's known Cantwell for a number of years. Likes him, likes what he's all about. Raskin as well. You know, he's obviously that kind of. When they played them in was it Europa Cup? For Europa Cup.
First Cup.
He's maybe somebody that just catches your eye and you keep a week. Now you monitor him yourself as a manager and you watch his development. And I thought, I can make him a better player. So I think maybe behind the scenes, these discussions, maybe they couldn't come to an agreement. Maybe it's best for.
It's so hard to criticise or praise these people because you don't know exactly who's having the final say on players.
You don't know what they're doing. Van Bronckhorst came out when they beat PSV the start of the season for the Champions League, saying they need more players. You don't know who's the final say. I would imagine I'd be worried if it wasn't going with the manager.
Yeah.
But is the options that's been presented to the manager maybe not been good? And why is that? Do they not have?
But is that Ross Wilson's fault to have the money's not there to go and get that standard of player?
No, I wouldn't say so.
What is his job then?
We don't know. Well, he's not got one now, he's away to Forest.
Do you want to know how I'm saying that? I know, because he says, was it the AGM, I don't sign the players. So what are you doing?
He'll identify targets.
I want a job like that. Give me a job like that.
There's one available. Make a pitch now. Just don't slag out of the ball. You don't get it.
It's a great link. Who's your thoughts on the potential replacement?
But see, the other thing as well, it's all mixed, I think, because the fans, we're talking about Robbie Nielsen earlier, the fans are not having him. You know, the fans are not having Ross Wilson. We're talking about recruitment. So, who's coming in?
Hey, you're probably going to get more money transfer fee for Ross Wilson than you will for Morelos.
Were they paid money for him? For us? So
is it they get money? No way, are they? He's a joke.
Mate, they don't even need to pay money, so they just love paying transfer fees, not
Get
for
more
us.
money for Ross Wilson and Morelos and Kent combined.
They're buying fucking dinner
God,
ladies as
that-
well. They're just desperate for transfers, Nottingham Forest.
Aye.
That's actually mind-boggling, isn't it?
Is that something you could see maybe happening now? Kent going down there?
No, I'm saying they'll get more money for Ross
For
Wilson
Ross
than what
Wilson
for
they get
Morelos
for
and Kent together.
Aye.
Any thoughts on a potential replacement?
We've got a Scooby. I've not even thought about it. Who is the guys out there? Who's the top kid?
Get you and me, Gerani, over
Big
it.
Goffey,
Imagine
no?
sending you to Spain to go
Big
watch
Goffey,
somebody.
Big Goffey. Get yourself in there. I don't know. You'd need to sit down and think about that and look at, how other people, I don't know, ex-players, are they in recruitment and all that? Big Goffey's no bad shout.
What was I going to say? Boys like yourself, Lewis Ferguson, was that a miss? They type of players.
Aye.
Doig, Lewis Ferguson,
Aye. Hickey.
Hickey.
I think sometimes we bypass for
Own players,
with
That's
some-
why I had my point with Van Veen on the podcast Monday. They were like, buy these SPL players.
Aye, well, I didn't, what was it last season? I had them,
Team of the season.
aye, and I get slated for it.
Quite
It's just,
rightly as
and
well.
it was just because I'd covered some other
Because you didn't know what
and,
to put a
and he
Celtic player
always
up
played
front.
well,
That's
he
why it
stood
was.
out, and I liked him.
Derek, you've been vindicated,
Yes,
mate. Don't
that's it.
explain yourself.
So you're
I'm just
fucking
wondering
perfect for the job, then. There you go.
Absolutely not. Nah, not a man that overdoses in Easter eggs. Nah, I'm not.
Can you go watch him? No, I'm fucked. I'm steaming. I've had too much chocolate.
Oh,
Gee, the
I was
Wayne's
shocked.
Easter eggs, I know.
Do you know something? Have
Gee,
you
the
ever-
Wayne's Easter eggs.
there's Easter eggs that were sitting there for other people.
Aye.
You better. You're an animal,
I
man.
overdosed.
Have you got no self-discipline?
Have you ever went maybe a day and a half, 2 days eating just chocolate?
No.
Try it. Try it. It's hard. I mean, I was spaced out. Not on Monday. I was all over the place.
The big chocolate rings in your mouth.
Aye. It was in that
was-
chocolate.
He couldn't even eat the Chinese,
brownies,
mate.
aye.
He couldn't even eat the Chinese.
No?
No,
I had to
he
go and see my
chocolate
cousin. I
hangover.
had to go and see my.
Easter bunny.
But
Let they go and buy all the Easter eggs back the day after on discount.
I've got a history of doing that. Like anything that's served for the veins, I just seem to. Well, they're sitting there. I mean, you should hide them for me.
You're an animal, mate. You're an animal. What about you, Faddy? Any potential replacement you can think
I
of?
know, how would you maybe get more insight
There's
into
a lot
that?
of guys that
Where
have
do you
done-
go and find these
done-
guys?
I don't know.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Where
I don't
are they
know.
all
They're a
kicking
strange
about?
bunch, aren't they? These
Aye.
head of recruitments.
I know.
Well, that's it, what are they
George
looking for?
Square kicking about and all sitting about.
Are they looking for a
Who's playing?
director of football?
They're
They're
all
looking
sitting in an
for-
internet cafe playing Champ Man, aren't they? Football manager.
I know, well.
I don't know. There's a lot. I know a lot of players have went down the route of doing the directorship.
John Walters is doing it at Fleetwood, isn't it? Am I right in saying that?
Big Lee McCulloch done it.
Did he, Judge?
With Davy Weir, aye. Robin
He
Nielsen's
needs a
done
job,
it.
didn't he?
Robin
McCulloch, there you
Nielsen's
go.
done it. Yeah, Lee
Big Lee.
McCulloch, there you go.
Aye.
My pal,
Lee
Joe.
McCulloch. What about Tomo and Yogi? Surely they can do that. Kevin Thompson, Yogi.
You
Put them in
fell
for
out with
every other
Tomo
job.
because he'd have been the first name about 6 months
Tomo,
ago.
getting Tomo on for this job.
Aye, he needs a job back, didn't he?
Aye.
Yogi. Maybe he's in the medical team up at Murray Park.
You're not happy with this medical team, are you?
No, because guys that are
Did you do that?
Oh, aye. I give him a good massage.
Get the doctors,
Aye, it's no bother.
get the nurses out for it.
Pop a few pills.
Aye,
By the
imagine
way-
him as a physio.
Imagine
Oh,
me
there
coming
he's
in.
walking towards it. Don't even bother, come in, back out, train
By
in the
the way,
morning.
I'll go old school. I'll just come in with cortisones. There
I thought
you
it was
go.
guns. I thought it was two guns.
Cortisones, there you go. Just slide down there. Take
Aye,
that.
how is your knee these days?
It's gone.
Aye.
Old school.
I know.
I've
I'll get
only-
you through this game, but you'll not be able to walk when you're 35.
I've only been you, innit? Aye. And if you didn't take the jag, remember you
Aye.
didn't take the jag, the boys used to slaughter you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, loose and all that. So I thought, right, just
Strang me in.
How many cortisone shot you had?
Oh,
Get
early
on there.
course. Oh, loads, ankles, groins, knees, all the time, just to play. Bonkers, man. I didn't see you think about it. It's crazy.
I didn't.
But it was a kind
injections.
of, like, man up, come on, just take it.
Which we didn't want it anymore.
No, well, it's went the total
But
opposite.
he's giving in.
And I know you're...
I'm coming in on, there's a cortisone. Take that, boys. Get yourself out there. Innit?
How do you get to jail for that
Aye,
these days, mate, if you do that?
anti-inflammatories. What was the big pink one? The
Aye.
ibuprofen one.
Viagra.
Get them, aye. The
Oh.
big blue.
Right, we had a lot of comments for Tuesday's podcast. Didn't talk about... I can't get a break here. 1 week you're getting kicked
What's
on
that?
next week. So, didn't talk about Celtic enough. Which is a fair point because at the end of the day, Celtic won the game. Rangers were good, but Celtic still won the game. Off the ball, I thought they were good. Celtic still had more possession, had more shots on goal.
Aye.
Were we giving Rangers too
Celtic
much
a good
praise?
side, I think we've all.
I want to know that we've all spoken about that.
And they're deservedly going to win.
I think when
the league. It's just you were looking for Rangers to kind of close the gap, and that's because Celtic are a way out there.
Yeah.
And you can see that the gap is a wee bit closer, but they've still got a bit to go.
I'm not sure about that.
No?
Nah,
But,
I think,
in terms of,
well, I don't think
gap.
one performance where you lose a game indicates that you've closed the gap.
But it gives you a bit of a gauge.
It gives you watching it, fans watching it, and the players a wee bit of belief to say,
and that's
we never get battered.
Aye.
Rather than the Rangers, their shape was good. They pressed well at times and forced Celtic made a lot of mistakes on the ball, which you're not used to seeing. Celtic weren't anywhere near the level they could play.
That's probably the worst I've seen them under and for a long time.
They won. They won the game.
Found a way.
And that's a remit, and we get that, and that's how I have at times we discussions with Rangers supporters at the end of the day, and that was all been discussed. At the end of the day, find a way to win a game of football. At the end of the day, we're not going to remit 3-4 years down the line how well Rangers played. It's about winning.
Yeah.
Just find a way. That's in the games.
Because even the game at
until we do that,
Rangers played better in that game at Ibrox.
2-2 game.
Aye.
They
played better and Kyogo comes back and gets an equaliser, and it feels like it's disappointment for Rangers. They actually drew the game.
Yeah.
I thought that, I mean, you're looking at it saying this performance indicates how, if they're going to go and win the semi-final, which is now the most important. It was always, even if Rangers won the game at the weekend, Celtic were still going to win the league because they've only lost one game this season. You wouldn't see them going and losing 3-4 games between now and the end of the season. But it gives them a wee bit of belief they can go and win the Scottish Cup. The fans, certainly, the players. But I think that Celtic won the game. They weren't at their best and won the game.
We do need to point out it was Faddy that was tweeting about us being a...
No, it wasn't. It was not. It was not. I always give credit where it's due, no matter who it's
But again, I get what you're saying. We speak every week how good Celtic are.
Aye. See, when I go back to when Walter Smith's teams, right, against Celtic. Celtic, at times, aye, were the better footballing side. But who won? Rangers. And that's what you've got to find a way. Listen, it's always a bonus to play nice and exciting football. At the end of the day, it's no better feeling than winning a game. Aye, and that's what it's, especially the games, because and I'm just going for past experience. I didn't matter a jot how I played. If somebody turned up, it was an Alan McCoy, Mark Walters, Ian Durant, whoever, just put the ball in the back of the net with a wee bit of magic, wee bit of brilliance. And then you look at the other teams, I used to go in the Gascoignes, the Loudrops. It's what you need, somebody that makes a difference. And at the minute, Celtic have got that hours. And so that's how we need to find a way. That's Michael Beale, that's a conundrum.
But the Rangers need to find a way of dominating games against Celtic, or is that going to be too much a hard task?
No, I think they've shown that, because everybody talk about it's a massive rebuild needed. They've shown that they can cause them problems. I agree with you. I thought they weren't brave enough on the ball with going
even
forward.
Playing out,
so you get a chance, maybe. Sakala, I said this at the weekend. Barisic's got up the left hand side. Sakala's come on, obviously, to come short and get the ball in late half and to run in behind. Barisic's got a chance to just play it up the side for a foot race between Carter Vickers and Sakala. He comes inside to Jack, who then turns with his back to play, plays a square pass to Suter, plays a slack one to McGregor. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about that one decision for Barisic to play that ball forward means that you're going back, you're allowing the team to go and put you under pressure. Celtic's brilliant at pressing. Yeah. And for a spell with that goal, that was a lot of Rangers play. Up, a wee bit back, side to side, back, a wee bit safe. So I think they need to find a way to hurt Celtic a wee bit more. But it depends what way you look at it. You look at Celtic and say they were quite a bit below where they normally are, and they still win the game. So do you look and say, right, well, you give Rangers credit, which you have to because they played well and they had a good shape and they frustrated them? Or do you look at it and say, well, Celtic will be better next time?
Yeah.
So Rangers have to find the goat close to them, not close enough. Celtic, if they're better, Rangers need to find more. to get close to them again, to have a chance of winning the game. So they have to. They showed they could compete with them, but ultimately Celtic won the game. So they need to find a way.
Last question: could both of these teams next year go unbeaten outside the Celtic and Rangers games?
Could both of these teams?
I think they're both going to add again, aren't they?
It looks well. The run that both of them have been on, you could. Maybe. I think Aberdeen will be stronger next year. You've got to hope that because the run they've been on at Celtic, they've been consistently the best team in the league by far and away. Rangers have found that consistency, no against Celtic, but against everybody else. The rest of the teams have struggled. Hearts, Hibs, Aberdeen, St Mirren have done really well this season. They know they need to get better just to keep up, keep up. But could they go out with? They probably
absolutely.
could.
Absolutely, because they're going to add. It's a big summer for Rangers as well, irrespective of what happens, between now and the end. But in the summer, they need to add. And Celtic will, because that's what they've done when they're in a position of strength. Sorry, they go again and they add, and the recruitment has been excellent. So there's that.
I think as well for Rangers next year, you're not going to have, what's going to happen with Morelos and Kent, and you're not going to have a distraction. Once you get the summer, you're going to have a team of players that these are the players that move this club forward. It's no, I'm going to see what's there, and every week the manager's asked, what about Morelos and Kent's contract, and take that distraction away. Either they sign it or they get rid of them, and then they move on and say, right, this is the team we've got for next season.
Ange brings an Australian in every window, doesn't he? Like Toadfish is hosting Celtic TV next year for neighbours. Watch your space. Right, bottom of the table, Ross County home to Aberdeen, Dundee United away to Motherwell, Killie are at home to Celtic. Still be the same Monday, won't it?
Think so.
Who you think? Who's got the best possible chance of getting a result out of them?
Ross County.
At home Aberdeen.
Aye.
Aberdeen 5, but Ross County brilliant against St Johnstone. And a tough place to go. I'd probably go along with that.
Ross County have got the best chance. By the way, Dundee United were good as well. I'm obviously going to back Motherwell, but I would say up until the weekend, I thought they were done.
Yeah.
I really did.
Big game for St Johnstone, isn't it?
Aye.
They could get dragged in it, couldn't they, St Johnstone?
Aye. They've got to be careful, and I think you're looking for a reaction. Livingston just not like them, the way they've been of late. They've been beaten easily. It's not everything, even like they've been out-muscled the St Mirren game. They were physically, out-muscled, out-battled. That's no Livingston. Set pieces for and against. They've been average, not even average, they've just been poor. It's not like them, so it's a worrying thing.
You can imagine that dressing room as well just now.
I know.
If it was.
And that's what I was saying about Martindale, was it the right call, with the likes of Devlin, is it Fitzwater, who are going to be moving, saying that I'm going to help them to get, let's get the season done and dusted. Let's try and get top 6.
Devlin's fine. Fitzwater's, he's not been anywhere near the levels.
Devlin's been excellent, by the way.
Fitzwater will be playing for Hibs next year, there you go.
Right, aye. Inside information.
Heard.
Aye.
Football Monitor.
Is that
Football Monitor?
with the same manager? Or is it Yogi?
How
Yogi
did that Football Monitor board do at the pool?
At the
last
pool?
Week, aye.
What pool?
Casino. There was a pool hall next door, and he was playing.
The Q's ended
playing a 7-year-old or something. And this was a grown man of what age?
The guy's he's barred for open goal now after the antics of last week. You'll not see him again, mate. You'll not see Scotty either. So, St Johnstone, Callum Davison. I think he should be worried because, like you say, all these 3 teams at the bottom now, Killie are going to win games.
The thing is, they've got a cushion. But these Livy St Johnstone, it's a great chance for them to go and get a win and stop that talk of them being done, because obviously when the split happens, you're looking at Dundee United. Are they going to get enough wins? Dundee United, Kilmarnock, Ross. Depends what happens. If Ross County get a win, St Johnstone don't, then...
How much does form going into the split matter?
Oh, it's always good to have a bit of momentum about you, but see on that, he's already explained to the players.
They're in relegation.
So, that maybe sunk in. So he's just trying to get a reaction out of them because they maybe became a wee bit complacent. So they have.
Ellie Barber's text.
No, I'm just checking the points in the league.
Is it? But so that's why I think he put that statement out.
Don't know if Big Marv knows about him or texting him, but that's what he always said there.
Big Bartley, aye.
Sorry, Manuel.
No, that's all
You're
right.
just making a right good point there.
Sorry.
And you, with your usual smut.
So Callum's looking for a reaction,
Yeah.
you know, and I just look at Livingston of late. What I've seen, they've been poor. They look as well a team that's just looks as if they're going to saunter towards the end of the season. You can't have that. So Davy Martindale's got to need to find something. But
it is always hard for teams like Livingston to win it when you maybe didn't have the budget of other teams, and players will always be looking to go and get better money next season, won't they?
Aye.
Come this stage of the season.
That's every
Top
team in the
six
league.
will
I
win.
think. Aye. Of course it is.
What, your Aberdeens and your Hearts and all that? That's what I'm saying. The guys that he's competing with to get in that top
but
six.
you're competing with. You forget Hearts and Aberdeen, and because their budgets are that high that people are competing to make that sixth spot.
Yeah.
St Mirren will not be paying a great deal more.
I don't know, by the way. I think St Mirren paid decent though, mate.
No, I know, but you're not getting. So St Mirren have still got players that they want to go there. They want to go there and try and get better themselves. They're not there forever.
Yeah.
So I think that's the nature of the league. You've got a group of teams all fighting for that sixth spot that are similar in terms of squad size. They're similar in terms of their budget. Obviously, there'll be ones with more than others. How much of a difference does that make? I'm not sure. But in players that want to go and showcase their talents and move on, that's just the nature of the game. I would rather have a player, if I was a manager, I would rather have a player that wants to come and get a move than wants to come and say,
I'm staying here for you.
Brilliant. Oh, I love it here.
Was that the link with Stevie Robinson with Hearts? Was there something in the
I think he's been mentioned
the other day?
I think he's been mentioned.
He's done a great job, hasn't he?
He has. He's done a good job at Motherwell as well, didn't he?
Very good job. And I just like his.
But again, our Hearts fans, like, I'm not his style of football. Hearts fans want a different style to that.
Aye. I would say so.
They want exciting,
free-flowing attacking football. So it's got to be Yogi.
Either it's got to be Yogi. Either that, do you want winning football? But he's certainly got them going. Fit side, organising.
They're very good. Have you?
They keep it simple.
It cost him a fortune, but he need to sign the full St Mirren squad.
He's like Harry Redknapp, isn't he, with his first players? Have you been involved in the bottom six relegation battle? Who were you?
Before my time.
And how was it?
Oh, was it bottom six?
It's horrible.
No, I've been involved in a relegation battle.
Who?
Motherwell and Birmingham.
Disgusting.
I think Everton as well. My first season was down the bottom. But no one. I don't think I've been down the bottom when it's split. Just can't remember. But it's horrible. It's horrible. To be fair, it was my first experience really with Motherwell. You're down the bottom. I think we finished bottom.
Did you?
Falkirk didn't have their stadium. At that time, you had to have a 10,000 seater stadium. Didn't have it, so we got away with it.
Let's come back.
And then I'm sure we got away with it again.
You nearly split your bottom when that boy tickled your balls, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about, by the way.
The year we finished.
So you do. What do you get?
I know. Talk about the school, that's the year we finished bottom, we beat both Celtic Rangers in the league.
And finished bottom?
I'm sure we finished like 5-1.
Was it a horrible atmosphere about the place every day?
No, really, because we were young boys and
fearless.
We were all playing, and you probably no get a grasp of the situation you're in.
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll be times where you're down, you're thinking, but where are we going to get a win for?
That's the worst, mate, isn't it?
Aye.
So you actually do see what you said earlier. You just feel like you're going to get beat every time you go out on the pitch. It's fucking horrendous.
Aye.
Honestly, we had that at Swindon, couldn't have won a game, eh?
Aye, that's horrible.
Brutal,
if you feel what you've got,
practicing back heels and training.
That's how youth.
Paul Hart.
Youth is great. See,
you can only pass the ball with a back heel. Paul, you're bottom league, mate. Back heels are not fucking keeping us up.
By the way, we used to do that Phil Gray at Sunderland. See how many kind of wee Cruyff turns you could get in their back heels. I know, it's crazy. That.
First
Do you do that?
session, mate, rock bottom league. You can only pass the ball with a back heel.
This was in games. It was a wee competition. Now you see how many you could get in. That's just stupid, isn't it? Don't bother about the score. But I get 5 back heels.
Skills, just get big guys and cortisones, we'll be fine.
What about your relegation battle?
Is it Falkirk? think it was at Falkirk, and it isn't nice. It's horrible. Everything, the whole place.
Everybody hates each other, don't they?
Aye, getting into training as well. Training's there's no zip about it as well. So
Do you know what?
it was because of contracts as well.
Aye.
Because people knowing that if you drop down,
Getting half your dough.
aye, and then the pressure comes from where? For the fun stopper.
The wife.
Aye. And then that's when you're under pressure, man. Oh.
You go from Marks and Spencer's to Aldi, didn't you?
Aye.
Everything changes, mate.
Everything. Aye.
I had that at Swindon, mate. Fucking go down there thinking I'm on decent money now, get relegated, you're like, fucking skint again.
Aye.
But it's not that you're in that situation, and you get guys that do the same no matter what, prepare the same, train the same. You've got other guys that think, I'll probably get a move anyway.
It's in the biscuit
Do you know what I mean?
section, getting
I'll probably
their
get
own
another
make,
team.
innit?
Getting the Tesco biscuits.
Getting their own make, what is it, the
The
yellow?
blue, the white, the blue
That's what
stripes.
I'm wrong with them right enough, but sometimes that's when you went for, the premium biscuits, and then you're going for it doesn't matter. I like a bit of both.
Man of the people, innit?
That's it. But it is horrible, that.
Have you ever had that when you have actually been relegated and your money's halved?
Aye.
Have you?
I had
Aye. What were you
He went from 60 to 30, mate. 60 to 30.
Aye, but so I had it where it didn't half. I had
He just messaged me, what's Aldi?
didn't get a go to Aldi, mate. Don't worry about that. Didn't get appearance money for the championship, but then the year we won the cup, I was injured, and I'd signed a 3.5 year deal with a 2 year option. And if I'd played or available for 50% of games, then I got my 2 year option. We got to the end of that season, and the week before the season finished, so there was a deadline on when they had to make that decision. So they came to me before the deadline, but I know the deadline was before the last game of the season. We played Spurs away, and if we won, we stayed up. If we lost, we went down. And the chairman came to me and says, right, we're going to give you 2 different contract offers. One if we stay up, one if we stay down. I says, well, what about my option? I get injured while training. I've tried to get back. I can't get back. No, you've got 2 options. If we stay up, you're getting a wage cut. And if we go down, you're getting a bigger wage cut. I says, you're all right.
And is that when you left?
Aye.
Wow.
If you stay up, I was getting a big wage cut. If we stayed up in the Premier League, then I was getting an even bigger wage cut to go down to Championship. So just out of principle, I says, no, well, I'm no taking the piss here. I've been injured whilst trying to prepare for your games.
And did you go somewhere on better money than what you were getting offered?
It's the principle he's talking about, innit? It's like,
fuck your principle, mate.
No.
You want the biscuit, you want the good
No,
biscuits.
I did.
biscuits,
I
What's your
went
favourite
back to
biscuit?
Everton, but no much better, but it was more the principle of, you owe me a 2 year deal.
Wow.
And I would have got it. If I was fit, I'd have got it.
And we get criticised, this is why players, when they're doing well,
That's why I don't. Aye. Christian Eriksen last year
before you know
got
it,
absolutely battered for joining Man United. Where's loyalty? Where's this?
No loyalty for the
see if we
teams that
sign
when
him
you're
in
not doing
January and he doesn't do well, are they going to give him a new contract because he's a good guy? No, they're not. They're going to say, see you later, didn't work. So, no. All the best to that one.
Favourite biscuit is a Fox's Classic.
Is it? I
Unbelievable,
like a classic.
mate.
Like a Fox's Classic.
You tried the new ones, the Roundtrees, the round biscuits.
They're fruit pastels, mate.
No,
they're no biscuits.
no,
You shouldn't be
they're-
thinking
what's
your
it
tea.
called?
You said that as if it was a secret. If you tried,
Bear with me, it's a brilliant.
Called the cortisone.
It's like a Kit Kat, but it's only round. What's it called? Oh, it's tremendous.
It's a biscuit. Chocolate, chocolate.
Aye.
Innit?
Oh, chocolate.
Aye,
and then
well,
cream.
see,
If it's
this
not
man
cream, I'm
knows,
not interested.
This man knows a good
There's no
biscuit.
cream.
That's a
Needs to be cream or jam to make it a supreme
see,
biscuit.
just a jam and cream.
Oh, like with the coconut on top?
No, no
ring.
coconut. Just
And they're
the
not
jam
cheap.
and cream.
They're not
Amazing.
cheap. They're up there.
The worst, wagon wheel. Pish.
No,
I used to buy
I
them.
like
I
wagon
fucking
wheel.
fucking
I love
hate
a
wagon
wagon
wheels.
Love it. Oh, I'm mostly.
Mate, it's fucking, it's huge. Doesn't fit in your tea.
I can't even think
You can
of
break it in half.
Oh, good.
it. Do you get a poor biscuit?
Well, he's
Rich tea's pish.
no,
Do you
rich
know?
teas are good,
I
man.
can,
Clean a shin
I
garden.
can be good.
Rubbish. What do you
My
feel that
boy
last
loves rich teas.
Does he?
Aye.
What age is he?
16.
And he likes rich teas.
Loves them.
Aye. Do you see
It's
a
an
whole
old guy's
packet?
biscuit, innit?
And aye.
Aye.
Does
So
he?
does
What do you have for your dinner last night just before we...
my missus made a curry
What, chicken?
for the boys. They had
Burgers.
but in
Nice.
aye.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what I had there.
Aye.
I forgot.
No,
So what was that, rice?
They had their wee starters, the wee spring rolls. There was
She
only
made all that?
No, she never made them. She made the curry, but she made the spring rolls. So the boys go at them, and I get nothing.
You never got dinner?
You lost.
I didn't
You
get my
lost last
starter.
night.
I just get my curry.
Do you wrestle for the
You
spring
got a
rolls?
dessert for that?
No.
Wrestle for
He's
the
tapped out. Didn't get a spring roll.
What Wagyu burgers?
No, I just they've just out of Sainsbury's, I think. But they were good.
Cheese.
Lettuce, cheese, tomato, onion,
What
raw
sauce?
onion.
Oh, right.
I might be a wee bit controversial here. Ketchup and mustard,
No. Spotting.
tremendous. That's
Mustard
my new
all the
thing. I
time,
used to
but-
always go
Yeah,
like a
no.
hot sauce or like
Right.
a mayo, ketchup and mustard on my burger. Oh,
Aye.
Chips with that?
oh aye.
Triple
Mate.
cooked.
No, just oven chips.
Do you always have a cup of tea or a coffee after your tea?
Tea. Cup of tea after
tea,
my
tea and half an Easter egg.
Did you?
Aye.
Did you? Aye.
Aye.
There you go.
I love Easter eggs.
He's raising it.
He's
Did
not
you?
like me.
Did you?
I did
Because they're all either hanging-
trade in just in my
What
wee
kind
lassie,
of
like,
Easter egg?
Cadbury's.
Cad.
My wee lassie loves cream eggs, so I'm like, if you give me your Easter egg, I'll give you a cream egg. She's like, I ain't bother.
See, I was having them as a starter.
You had the
Aye,
cream
you
egg
won.
instead
As a
of...
starter.
See, I would
And,
always get a caramel
and a
egg
sweet.
Easter egg. That's my one of choice.
Try it.
But on the Easter egg, it's got to be Cadbury's. Nestle's fucking rubbish. Mate. Nestle's fucking plastic.
I would always go Cadbury.
Cadbury's every
for
time. What are you?
Aye. Aye. Any chocolate egg. Anything chocolate.
Do you ever eat the fake chocolate in Aldi?
Aye.
Aldi's chocolate's
aye.
good.
Right.
Sometimes see your Natalie, they've already get mad biscuits and all that.
The biscotti that you
No,
get with your
it's-
coffee, the wee hard ones.
Nah.
Do you not
There's
take them?
probably a biscuit that I'm no right into, but they've got all the mad daft biscuits and all that. I'm trying them. I'm going through them. I'm trying.
Aldi's actual chocolate. See the bars of chocolate
They get-
fruit in that?
Oh, I like just
Hot
a nut.
chocolate orange,
Brilliant,
mint.
mate.
Brilliant.
Boys.
Thank you
Don't
very
even know what
much.
to say.
We've not done the
Right, he's ready for this. What a
Are
pair,
you
man.
on a diet, by the way? Because you're on about biscuits and that. Are you
I ate a
restricted?
shite last night.
Did
Because
you?
me feeling too good.
Oh, so you're trying to make us make you feel better by saying how much shite we
How much shite you use
No
it?
bother, mate.
Do you like white
Do you know what I got for
I
Aldi last night? The like Space Raider crisps. You either get spicy flavour or sour cream
Aye.
flavour. They're fucking dynamite,
I'm
man.
not big on crisps.
Aye, you know about that?
Do you like white chocolate?
Love it.
Aye.
White dog shit.
Aye.
I'm not a big
No.
fan of white chocolate. What about a gold bar biscuit?
Nah, not for me.
No, aye.
Aye. Because I had the wee white ones, the wee egg ones. Milky.
How much chocolate have you actually fucking ate?
Yeah, Dave. They're a wee bit too hard. They need to soften them up a wee bit. But they were good.
Let's take some of
Right,
that.
come on, wait.
Right, Ross County v Aberdeen. Both of us. Go one each.
I'm going Aberdeen. Because they're going to keep their good run going. But difficult venue. Faddy's already spoke about that. But I just think Aberdeen. Just because the
I'm
two
gonna
up
go
top.
Ross County.
Aye.
Ooh.
Yeah, the two of them, what is it,
aye.
15 goals between them? They're at it.
That might be a problem for Ross County.
They've got a young boy
I'm just-
centre back,
Brophy's
don't they, Ross County,
injured,
but he's done
isn't
quite well.
Brophy
Aye,
got
but
injured last.
Murray came on, scored.
Murray come on, shot a great
What a
goal,
goal
didn't
that
he?
Aye.
And the
He
big
had a
boy
couple of
White.
chances as well.
I just think they
I'm
two
going to
up
go
top.
Ross County.
Aye.
And you're going to Aberdeen.
I'm
This is
Aberdeen.
good. So I'm just going to give you the 5 outside Hibs and Hearts because I've already picked them. Then everyone at home can pick their 4 out of these 5 that they want to take on your expert opinion. Rangers, St Mirren.
Rangers.
I'll go Rangers as much as I think St Mirren have been excellent.
Aye, I think they'll make it
so
tough for
far.
them.
They will.
I think they'll
But
get
a
enough to get through.
Tougher game than probably a lot of punters think, but Rangers will win that. Aye.
All right, Motherwell versus Dundee United. Faddy, you're going Motherwell, aren't
Motherwell.
you?
I'm because I think they're going to win.
And by the way, played some great stuff at the weekend, didn't they?
He's done
They
well.
were a good watch.
Midfield
Remember
runners,
early in the
cutbacks.
season I kept saying they were good to watch and they just couldn't win games. I'll go Motherwell as well. Van Veen to keep to
His
score
first
again.
goal at the weekend's fucking brilliant.
Aye.
Isn't
I think he's a good player.
Touch,
I think
touch.
he's-
Aye.
aye, a good player, a big fella.
it? Hibs versus Hearts. I've done that, sorry.
Draw.
Livingston v St Johnstone. Sorry, who you going Hibs v Hearts? Hearts.
I'm going Jambos, aye.
Livingston v St Johnstone.
It looks a draw, doesn't it?
Aye.
Every day of the week,
That's
innit? But I'm going to go St Johnson. There you
He
go.
says it was a draw every day of the
It
week.
looks a
Every day
draw.
of the week, but it looks a draw.
Aye,
But we're
I'm-
going to, you got
aye.
to go the other.
No, I'm going towards St Johnson as well.
Aye.
I'll go for a draw.
I think Livy
Go
will beat
for a
them. There
draw.
you go. What'd you like?
I'm going to go St Johnson.
Right, okay. And
Celtic.
lastly, Kelly v Celtic.
Aye.
Will that be tougher than it looks on papers though, due to the pitch, due to the Kilmarnock's home record, or do you still see?
No.
No, I think it'll be pretty comfortable.
Celtic won there early, didn't they, in the season?
Aye, the movement on that surface, if you look at the bigger boys at the back for Kelly and Kyogo and
Down
that.
the sides.
It's too much for them, too much.
Boys, sensational, thank you.
Right.